welcome back to another Builds For You video, and this time it's for some single moms created by Chrissy York. So their story is Kathy Stiles and Michaela Richards have known each other since elementary school. They've always been the best of friends, so when Michaela's husband died in a car crash, Kathy invited her and her 3-year-old daughter Tara to come live with her and her son Jace. Kathy is an author and Michaela is an aspiring artist. They need a new home to move into with their families where their kids can grow up happily. They've combined all their savings and have a budget of 100,000 simoleons. So thank you so much, Chrissy, for letting me build your family a house. And you guys should definitely check out Chrissy on the gallery. I will leave her link in the description to her gallery page, as well as a link to her Twitter account, because she is very active on Twitter and in the community, and she is an amazing Sims 4 content creator. She is very talented interior decorating and building, and I think she's even aspiring to do her own channel someday once she has all the proper equipment. So I would definitely keep your guys' eye out for that, and yeah, go check her out because she's shared pictures with me before, and yeah, they're all beautiful. So I can't wait to see what she does with this house, because I was sort of limited somewhat on the budget. I mean, 100,000 simoleons is a pretty decent amount, but I was really aiming to build something that they could live in for a long time and, have either, remarry or start dating, have more children, whatever they want to do, and still be able to live together and not outgrow their house very quickly. And that's another reason why I went with the duplex, because they still have their own space, but they're neighbors, essentially. So that wasn't in her request, but I did message Chrissy on Twitter to ask her if she thought that would be alright, and she thought that was a good idea. So yeah, that's what I went with. And I did use reference pictures for duplexes because I wasn't really sure how to build a duplex. I mean, I know what a duplex is, and I live, I guess, in a duplex townhouse, but I wasn't sure how to design it. So I used reference picture that kind of was similar to what I'm doing right now. I had similar colors, and I just I don't know. The colors weren't really working for me. And honestly, the colors didn't really work for me the entire time, and I'm still not 100% sold on the exterior that I chose. So, I don't know, maybe if I was to put this in a different world, the lighting effects might be a bit different. So, sometimes with Oasis Springs, things just tend to look a bit yellow or a bit kind of muted in color rather than their full color. I don't know. I'm thinking about trying to mess with my game settings a bit and turning up my lighting settings, because since I'm still not in a position to where I can afford to buy a really nice computer, I don't know, I'm wondering if I could push mine a little bit, because I've turned up my lighting effects before and certain settings within the game, and it definitely looks a lot better, but then my game runs slower, so it's a bit frustrating. But it probably has to do with how much custom content I have in my game. I don't know. There's probably a number of things of why my game runs slow, but I really want to turn up the lighting effects and the graphics just a tiny bit so things just look a little bit better, a little bit smoother. But oh well, I just need a new computer when it comes down to it, but I just can't buy one right now, unfortunately. But anyways, so I'm just kind of getting the colors sort of picked out and how the front of the house is going to look at, because when I was looking at references, that's more what I was using it for, was the front of the house, trying to get the shape put together. And these two duplexes do reflect one another, so everything's in the same spot essentially. Things are a little bit different, but for the most part they're the same on both sides, but they're decorated different. And so since Michaela is an artist, I made hers a little bit more funky. She has a little bit more like patterns and like color in her side of the house, and then on Kathy's side of the house it's very clean, very white. And I chose that because she is a neat sim, so I thought that she's probably the type of sim who would be interested in having, less clutter, less like crazy patterns and colors and those kind of things. So yeah, that's what I went with. But yeah, I'm just putting these back porches on right now and these back balconies, and I really like them a lot. This whole, like, the back of the house, I almost made it as the thumbnail because I like the back of the house so much. Like, I even, thought for half a second, like, maybe I could flip the house around, but then I was like, well, then that would not really make any sense to have, the whole backyard be the front of the house. I just really like the back of the house a lot, and, yeah, I really like the swimming pool and the whole backyard in general. I wish I would have been able to keep all those windows on the back, but I get rid of the ones on the bottom because I had like this dead space in between the kitchens just because it wasn't even. I couldn't divide them up completely down the middle, so it was like dead space throughout the center of the house. And I could have made one kitchen bigger, one kitchen smaller, one garage bigger, one garage. I think I did one garage bigger, one garage smaller. So you'll see probably once, I get more into the floor plan, but it's a little bit different. But yeah, there is some dead spaces that I just paint black so you can know they're dead spaces. But if you wanted to grow the house a little bit, you could expand into those areas of the house. And obviously you could place this on a bigger lot if you wanted to expand it, but it would be easier to expand backwards than forwards. Because there are 2 bedrooms in each townhouse, so 4 total, and then there is 4 total bathrooms. Each townhouse has a bathroom downstairs and a bathroom upstairs, and each one also has a garage, so you could use that as extra space. I use them essentially as offices. In Michaela's house, it's like an art studio, and then in Kathy's house, it's where the computer and like sort of a little office area is. That was her like private office space. And yeah, so I start off with Michaela's I keep wanting to say apartment, but they're more of like a house, a duplex house, but if I say apartment, that's whatever. But anyways, I start off with hers, and then I do decorate, okay, so I gotta explain what happened. I decorate her house, and then I save the game. Like, I decorate just the downstairs, save the game, and then I had to leave for school after I decorated everything else, like essentially almost finished the entire build except for like a few things, and didn't save it. So I had to go back and redo everything. About to the point when I get done with this kitchen, everything else was redone. So it's a bit frustrating and a bit irritating, but oh well. I mean, I don't think I decorated it too differently than I did before, but I didn't try to copy it. I didn't try to look at my video footage from previous. I just tried to decorate it like nothing had happened, with a good idea in mind how I wanted it to be decorated. But as you can see, I did use some of the photographs that I have placed into a room and placed on the gallery. If you would like to use any of my photographs, I wanted to use them just so I had more variety, and plus they're super cheap, and since I do have a budget, they're only 10 simoleons a piece rather than like $100, $200, $300, $1,000 a painting or whatever some of the pictures in the game cost. Just ridiculous amounts of money. So it's a good way to save money and add more variety of artwork into the house. And I was thinking about that while I was building this. I'm like, why do I feel like we haven't got any, anything new recently, other than, because like the bowling stuff came with nice furniture, but no wall decor. It came with wall decor, but it was very, very, very focused around bowling, which is not practical for everyday uses. The furniture is really nice for everyday uses. And then the one before that was the vampires, which was an awesome pack for building, but the stuff's a little bit more limited in when you can use it, especially the artwork on the walls, because that was very vampire-y. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to new paintings again, because feels like it's been a while since we've got new artwork. I'm thinking about trying to add some more, like doing actual painting. Oh, that's another thing that Chrissy I saw had on her gallery. She had like lots of paintings and stuff that you could download as rooms, just as I've done with the custom photographs. So she would be a good place to go get some paintings from as well. But yeah, so I'm just finishing. Oh, I was gonna say I'm just finishing up this, but I should mention, because you probably do notice that I use a lot of cheap appliances, and that was on purpose, and I don't plan on anybody keeping those for very long. I just use them because they're cheap, because I didn't imagine these to be run down or cheap or gross duplexes. I just use them because they didn't cost a lot of money. So yeah, that's why I use them, because if I was to play in this, I would probably upgrade those probably soon, because they'll break a lot, they'll set on fire, food will taste bad that comes out of them, and just number of things like that. So as soon as they save up enough money, I'd probably replace the refrigerator and the stove, and maybe the showers, because they might get some sort of plumbing issues because they are cheap showers. But that's what you got to do when you're on a budget, is use those cheap appliances and cheap plumbing equipment, because they can cost a lot of money. So, but that is Michaela's little art studio. It's not a whole lot. It's not overly decorated, but it's enough to get you started, I think. And then I'm on into Kathy's house, and it's very clean, like I said, very white. And I do add brick, just as Michaela has in her house. But instead this time it's like whitewashed, which I thought was a pretty good idea because maybe she did it or she had somebody come in and whitewash all of the brown brick just to suit her taste a little bit better, and maybe it just had different flooring in it. I don't know. I just tried to really make the townhouses match each one of their personalities as best as I possibly could. So yeah, that's what I tried to do. I think it looks pretty nice. So I think it looks nice. Anyhow, I don't know. Usually the white kind of really clean looking interiors aren't necessarily my style, but after doing the last apartment that I did, I really enjoyed it and want to mix up some of my interiors, I think, a little bit. Which I know I've mentioned this before, but I think that's one of my favorite things about the City Living expansion pack, at least when it comes to apartments, is you get to try out so many different interior styles and kind of mix up your style a little bit, because when I originally started my channel, I had a very I was kind of set in what style I wanted, and I didn't really branch out that much. But ever since I've been decorating apartments, I've learned new things and matched different colors and done a bit different things, and which is kind of why I've been thinking about doing more room builds. But then again, doing apartments is kind of like doing room builds. I don't know if you guys would like to see room builds. If you would, let me know, because that would be interesting to know, and then maybe I could add some. I have thought of a few different ones that I may decide to do, but I'm not sure, so yeah. Some feedback would be nice. But anyways, I'm just going to decorate this bathroom right here, and it's essentially the same as the one on the opposite side, just white appliances instead of brown and black. And yeah, but it has like the same decorations, and yeah, it looks pretty nice, I think. And I like that picture that I just hung right there on the dining room table with the clock, and the colors just complemented the house really nicely because it has that yellow and the blue in it, and I just love yellow and blue together so much. And then I was also able to fully decorate the upstairs bathrooms as well, which was really nice because I originally thought that I wasn't going to have enough simoleons to be able to decorate them, and I was just going to leave them, and thought that, you know, Chrissy could decorate them as they moved in. But yeah, everything was decorated. I mean, almost completely. It's a little bit under decorated, I think, but I think I stretched out the 100,000 simoleons pretty far, so that was really nice. I mean, the beds are cheap beds, and like I said, the appliances in the kitchen are cheap, so those stuff will have to be replaced and upgraded really quickly, but for now they will do. And this is Michaela's bedroom, and I really like it. It's completely continuing with the funky colors, and that's one of my favorite patterns on the bed, like the duvet pattern. It looks like a mermaid's bed or something. Like the pillows look like seashells, and the comforter looks like scales or something. I don't know, I just really like it. I think it's pretty cool pattern. And then yeah, I was gonna add some of the pictures, like my custom photographs, but I couldn't get them to work. When I originally decorated it, before I lost the footage, I did have some up there that I liked, and I couldn't remember which ones I used, and I didn't want to go back and fumble through the footage and, I don't know, just find them exactly, because yeah, I just didn't want to have to deal with that. But this is Michaela's daughter's room, and it's super girly and super pink, and yeah, I don't know, I've been trying to avoid that in my last few like girls' bedrooms that I've done, but this one I decided to go completely girly, and I don't know, she was quite an interesting toddler. When I was playtesting it and trying to take some videos, she kept throwing tantrums and throwing fits and like always needing something. Like, she's a little hellion. She was very, very difficult, so she's kind of a little brat, I guess. I don't know, she was fun. But yeah, I don't know, I like this room. It's pretty cute. And oh, and I was able to decorate the hallways, and that's another thing I thought I was going to have to be a little bit more limited on. I mean, they are limited, don't get me wrong, but they each have a painting and they each have a plant, so I was pretty happy with that, because I was, at this point, really thinking about still having to do the landscaping in the backyard, so I wanted to make sure I had a chunk of money to landscape it properly, add them a swimming pool, and, you know, just different things that I thought would be really nice for them to have. So, but this is Jace's bedroom, and it's pretty orange and pretty boyish and pretty cute. I don't know, I like that bedroom a lot, and I don't know, I like it. I think it's pretty cool, and I think that ladybug rug is probably my favorite rug in the game, and I only use it in kids' rooms, of course, but it's probably my favorite rug, or pretty close up there, in my top 5 at least. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, so I like the way his room comes together. Just put some posters and stuff on the wall, just things that I thought be pretty cool for him to have in his room, and thought they would look nice. If you wanted these rooms to be a little bit bigger, there are some rooms on those like little terraces on the side of the house that you could expand into. But this is Kathy's room, and it's very clean and very white and very tidy since she is a neat sim. I did want to give her a vanity table because I thought that she might be into makeup or pampering herself. Like at some points I thought about giving her a massage table down in her office, but yeah, it just didn't quite fit. Otherwise I probably would have put one in here. So, but like I said, you can expand these rooms. There is space on the balconies and on the terraces, so plenty of space if you want to make them bigger, but I didn't bother with it because then they would have been too empty. Oh, and I added a door right there, and you can lock it or get rid of it or whatever you want to do, but I thought it might be nice for them to have a door if they wanted to go in between each other's houses upstairs. But yeah, you could lock it. And honestly, if you wanted to download this and you didn't want it to be for two families, I think you could easily renovate this to be for only one family and not be two separate houses. So yeah, I don't know. I think there's lots of possibilities that you could do with this. So yeah, I don't know. I think it looks really nice. Hopefully you guys like it. I think it's a bit of fun, and it's been a while since I've done one of these bit of builds for you videos, so this was a good one to do. Oh, and something that I did that I thought was pretty interesting that reflected both of the mothers' personalities. In Kathy's bathroom, since she's a neat sim, I put the laundry basket with some folded towels on top of the laundry basket, or on top of the oh my goodness, on top of the hamper, and then she has a neatly folded laundry basket right next to it. And then in Michaela's bathroom, she has the laundry hamper with the towels folded on top of it, and then dirty clothes on the ground and not a laundry basket. So I don't know, I kind of thought that Michaela was a little bit messier since she is an artistic sim, and then Kathy, since she's a neat sim, she'd be a little bit more tight. But anyways, at this point I decided to get rid of all of the flooring tiles and replace it with frame paint. So I would have just a bit more money to spend on landscaping and decorating the backyard and adding lights and things like that. So yeah, it's a good way to save some money, and it doesn't look too different. It's a little bit less clean, but still looks really nice, I think. And I was able to add a swimming pool back here with a diving board, and then there's some monkey bars, some planting boxes, and some places to sit down, and some yoga mats, and yeah, I don't know, I'm like running out of breath. I don't know why I'm not breathing. I'm like talking and not breathing. So it's making me run out of breath. Oh, and I gave them a little lemonade picture, not a lemonade picture, a lemonade pitcher, because I like that item a lot. I think Backyard Stuff Pack is probably one of my favorites. I'm planning on doing a base game build here soon, and I'm for some reason torturing myself and thinking about all the things that I'm not going to be able to use, and it's been driving me crazy. But I've had this idea in my mind where I want to build a base game house that's just really large and like a big family home, but it's only base games. I know there's plenty of people that watch my channel, watch other people's channels that are on the gallery that only have the base game, or they have the base game in just a few packs. So I want to do a large suburban home that is more catered to more general of an audience, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's definitely what I want to do, but I keep thinking about all the things I'm not going to be able to use, which is such a silly thing to do. But anyways, I really like the landscape in this build. I just love tropical landscaping so much, with like the bright flowers and the like little saga palm plant. I don't know what you call that little palm. That it's like a fern palm. I call it a saga palm because it's the only thing in real life I can think of that's close to that, even though saga palms don't really look like that. So I'm not really sure. But yeah, I don't know. I just really like the way it comes together. It's just super bright and lush, and I don't know. Oasis Springs just always reminds me of California, especially when I do the landscaping, and it just makes me happy. But I think we are pretty much coming to an end on the exterior. I think let's add a few more finishing touches and some lights around it too. Oh yeah, I decided to change up the colors of the exterior right here. I just wasn't really happy with the brick, and the brick I was getting from a reference photo, and I don't know. Like I think I said this at the beginning, I'm just not 100% sold on the exterior color. So Chrissy, if you do change it, I would love to see, and I'm sure you already know this. No matter what you do, I want to see it. Share pictures with me, because yeah, I was a bit unsure on what to do with exterior colors. But like I said, the lighting in Oasis Springs is just a bit weird. Things kind of always tend to look a bit yellowish or a little bit too muted, especially when you go for browns. But oh well, it still looks nice. I don't hate it. It's just, I I feel like I could have done just a little bit better and wasn't sure what I should do to fix it. But yeah, it also looks pretty it looks pretty lit up. Getting so tongue-tied today, but that's alright. And of course you gotta light up the pool, and I think I add a bit of decorations on their little balcony porches. I decided to add some wind chimes, just a few little things on their little personal balconies off of their bedrooms. So yeah, anyways, we are almost to the screenshot, so I should probably quit rambling on because I really have nothing more to talk about and it'll just sound like a fool. So thank you again, Chrissy, so much for letting me build your Sims a house, and definitely you guys don't forget to go check her out on the gallery as well as Twitter so you can see all of her wonderful Sims and builds, because just tons of stuff for you guys to download. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and please leave any comments or suggestions you have, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Alright, bye!